You're listening to the Thriving Mindfully podcast. I'm Ananda Leeke, your Thriving Mindfully coach and podcast host. I'm also an artist, an author, a human design doula, and an interfaith reverend. The Thriving Mindfully podcast is a heart-centered, digital sacred space that I created to inspire and empower you to be present, well, and the real you. Tune into the latest conversation I've been having with myself and others about nurturing, transforming, and celebrating our lives, relationships, and career. Today's podcast explores how you can shine your light on yourself when you share your living. Share your living is the third core commitment of the Thriving Mindfully, heart-centered approach to being present, well, and the real you. Share your living is all about mindful communication. So tune in to what I had to say. Hey, I wanted to talk about this phrase, psychological safety. What comes up when you hear the phrase psychological safety? And I'm thinking in terms of how you share your living, how you relate to people in your personal and your professional life. Psychological safety, what is that all about? Let me tell you, when I hear that phrase, and it's a phrase that I've been using a lot lately, that phrase reminds me of how important it is for me to have in my relationships the ability to be able to share my thoughts and feelings with folks, to feel comfortable doing that without worrying that they will judge me or put me down, shame me, make me feel less than, or pick a fight with me. That is the basis for me being able to have close relationships, is the psychological safety where they also respect my boundaries and they are able to tell me the truth about myself. I know recently I sat with my cousins and one of my good soul brother loves, and I just reminded them all how much I appreciate our relationship, because I feel safe with them psychologically. I can be myself. I can show up and not have to worry about putting on a mask or how I show up or what I say. And that even if I say something that's sideways or, that could be perceived as cray-cray, they'll pull me up and they can tell me, and I can hear them, more importantly, when I'm off track or I say something that's just cray-cray, or I may even step over their boundaries, or I may say something that is hurtful. They can pull me up. I so value that in my relationships, that psychological safety. That is where I am able to relax, release, and just breathe and be me, all of me. And I'm not trying to show up with a mask or package myself or, make it clean and all beautiful and, presentable. I can just show up as the real Ananda, uncut version, and
having those relationships in my life really, 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 really allows me to rest in the space of me knowing that I'm being held and that people hold space for me and I hold space for them. And it's just priceless. It's a priceless gift. So I want to encourage you to think about, and if you have them, because I don't want to assume that everybody has relationships where they're able to share their living in ways that allow them to just let go and be who they are. If you have those relationships that offer you that psychological safety, how can you celebrate them? And what do they look like? What makes a relationship, a connection that you have with another human being, what makes it psychologically safe for you? Like just taking some time to reflect on what makes it safe for you to be in relationship with others. Is it the mindful communication? Is it that you can show up as you are? What is it? What does it look like? And how does it feel? How does it make you feel? I know for me, I notice that my shoulders feel relaxed. My body is chilled out when I'm in the company of, or I think about, or I'm talking to my sacred folks, my soul people. And I'm blessed to have a number of different relationships, and they serve different purposes in my life with people, and it crisscrosses from family, blood family, to chosen family, friends, and yeah, that is so necessary for me. And it also allows me to get affirmation and reminders to be kind to myself, because these folks that I'm able to be in relationship with, to have psychological safety with, they often remind me to be kind to myself. In my own relationship with myself, because I can be psychologically unsafe with myself. That's a whole nother conversation. How you may not be psychologically safe with yourself in your own relationship. Dig it. I know I have had times, and especially of late, I've had some experiences in my mind with thoughts and me telling myself stories that created some psychologically unsafe space. And so being able to have folks around me that can pull me out of that can help me say, hey, be kind to yourself. You are doing the best you can. Yeah. Psychological safety. Well, that's what I have for you today. Leave me a comment wherever you find this podcast, and let me know what your experience or idea with psychological safety has been or is. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to the Thriving Mindfully podcast. If you're ready to be inspired and empowered with my coaching support, join me in the Thriving Mindfully Academy. Visit anandaleeke.com/academy. Now, if you're ready to dive deeper and move past your comfort zone with my one-on-one coaching program, book a discovery call with me today. Visit anandaleeke.com. If you need something juicy to read, check out my 3 mindfulness books: Love's Troubadours, a self-love and yoga-inspired novel; That Which Awakens Me, a mindful creativity memoir; and Digital Sisterhood, a mindful technology memoir. Go to anandaleeke.com/books. All of my books are available on Amazon.com. Well, that about wraps us up. And as I always like to say, may we all continue to embrace thriving mindfully in everything that we think, feel, say, and do. See you next time.